Hello. Welcome. This is a Premier League review. Welcome to the football show, where we'll be taking a look at the Premier League games over the weekend. This is the Premier League review, looking back on all the games of the weekend. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. And let's get into it quickly. Look out for the podcast as well, Footy Mart podcast dropping anytime soon. Look out for that one. Might be tomorrow morning. I'll be dropping that. Look out for that. It's going to be live as well. Hopefully tomorrow. Make sure you join me for that one at about 11 o'clock tomorrow. That's the Footy Mart podcast. Thank you very much, everyone. If you're watching for the first time, make sure you subscribe to the channel. This is the 6-year box, the big bad wolf in the room. You know what time it is. And we're looking at the games over the weekend. Let's quickly get into the fixtures of the past weekend. The weekend kickoff at 12 o'clock on Saturday, the 11th of March, and it's Bournemouth Liverpool that kicked us off for the week. Game day 27. This fixture was a bit surprising. I thought Liverpool were gonna win this one, to be honest. But if you look at the forms coming into this game, both sides were playing really well. Bournemouth just losing to Arsenal in the last minute of their previous week fixture, and Liverpool beating Man United 7-0, which is a crazy freaky result. And coming into this fixture, I thought Liverpool were going to win, but Bournemouth got to win by winning by a goal to them. And it was Billings who got the goal. Philip Billing who got the goal for Bournemouth, it was a surprise, and I saw that game as well. They had a couple of chances as well. Bournemouth, and Liverpool just couldn't get their mojo, couldn't get going, and I think that's the problem with this league this season. The results has been there's been some really weird results. I don't know what the problem is. I think it must be maybe the way the season is. It's a compressed season, games, World Cup in the middle as well might be the reason why. Liverpool losing a goal to 0 to Bournemouth. And then we go on to the next fixture on Saturday at Elland Road. Leeds taking on Brighton, that ended 2-2. That one, I thought Brighton were going to win that, to be honest. I thought Brighton were going to win coming into that fixture. They were the better side, paper coming in. But Leeds just proved that, they're going to spring some results sometimes that you don't expect them to. And it was 2-2. To be honest, I've still yet to watch the game. I'm going to catch up on the game later. Leeds hold their own in that one. Goals, Patrick Bamford and Jack Harrison as well. Jack Harrison scored their own goal on the other side as well. And Alistair with the goal. Alexis McAllister with the goal for Brighton as well, making that 2-2 in that fixture. And then we go on to the Everton Brentford game. This one too, I got this one wrong as well. Thinking Brentford were gonna get at least a draw, but they come off with a defeat. McNeil with a goal, the cracking shot as well, giving Everton the 1-goal lead. Excuse me, in that one. It was a surprise. So the Premiership has been throwing up this season. There's been loads of surprise results. Then we go to Leicester Chelsea. Leicester Chelsea, that one surprising red card as well. Chelsea beating Leicester by 3 goals to 1. Chelsea, that's 2 wins in a row now after beating Leeds. I think it was last week. Chelsea coming into a little bit of form now. Leicester still struggling, to be honest, to put runs together. We keep saying they've got a lot of quality in that side, but they still can't get games, can't get wins back to back. And I think that's what's happening to most sides in this league. They're struggling to just get runs, get games, put runs together. And, I think it's going to be like that for some sides. They're going to pull off a couple of results and then they're going to drop points. And I just think that's the way the season will be for some sides. They're talking about picking up points and dropping points. We go on to Tottenham, New Forest, Tottenham last weekend. They were out of the Champions League over the weekend. They lost. They lost out of the FA Cup as well. And this one, this one was a surprise. This one was a surprise. Not the result, but the way Tottenham's season has gone so far. As a Tottenham fan, not. I would say I'm a little bit disappointed because I thought we'd be actually challenging, not winning the league, but at least challenging with the signings we brought in. But sometimes it does not work out like that on paper. Injuries as well. When you have one of your best, one of your best midfielders missing for the season, your keeper is out as well. And a couple of other injuries. But one of your best players is not in form. I think Tottenham is where they plan to be. The minimum is top four. They're in that position now. Newcastle has got a couple of games in hand. And game against Forest, I watched that one. We did a watch along for it. It was a good game. The tempo was right from the off. You get that with football sometimes. You can see the team that's trying to win the game got the tempo right. I got that. I got the against Milan. It was different. It was flat. Tottenham were like they were not. Just something just didn't feel right on that day in that game against Milan. And it was a wrong result. So yeah, I was surprised about that. I was surprised about that result, to be honest. And um, Tottenham couldn't. Tottenham couldn't get the win, and they ended up dropping points in that one, and it was not a good result for Tottenham. In the game previously coming into this Forest game, I think I lost my trail of thoughts, or what is it, train of thoughts there for some reason. So something strange happened there. Anyway, so yeah, so the game was good. Tottenham got a goal, got a couple of goals as well. Won the game, played really well, and yeah, it was one of those games whereby they actually played well, and and they they actually played well, and they've got the win. They got the win goals. Richarlison's got a quick goal which was disallowed for offside, and then the other goals came in thick and fast. First one was from Harry Kane with a double. Um, the first one was from Harry Kane with a double from a pen. Was it a penalty? I can't even remember which one. Which one was the first goal? Was it the penalty? Yeah, I think it was a penalty for the first goal, and it was a pen all day long. Harry Kane got up, took the pen, played it through the middle. Was high. I got the first goal. The second one was crossing to the box from Richarlison, who played well, played on the right instead of Kulichevsky. And yeah, he got his goal as well. And Harry Kane was high up in the sky, heading the ball in. And the third one was a good build up on the right hand side, which finds Sonny in the box to finish to make it 3. And yeah, so Forest got their goal. I think Forest were just a bit, I think it was not that Forest couldn't play well because Tottenham didn't allow them to play well, put a lot of pressure on them. And I think that's what paid off. And Tottenham got the victory. But you can tell from the off that victory was something that was going to happen. Then we move on to the Crystal Palace City game, which was one of those games that went on. City put men behind the ball, or Palace put men behind the ball, and it was tough. It was difficult. They had a lot of possession on Norman. They were missing. They were not clinical. They just looked. They don't look like free flowing. The ball was moving from side to side. It was slow, but City still got the possession, and they eventually got their goal. Uh, and it was from a penalty spot. I think it was Elisa that went to put in a tackle on Bernardo Silva, and yeah, it was Ireland that converted the penalty, and City won that game by a goal to nil. I think City are going to find out that most teams are going to be like that against them, and it's going to be tough all season. Then we go on to the Sunday one. I saw a little bit of that United taking on Southampton. It was goalless. Red card for Casemiro. I've not seen it yet, but apparently he went in for a tackle. And people were saying it was 50-50 that I didn't actually touch the guy. And I think it was it Kyle Walker-Peters? I don't even know who it was, but there's been some stuff on social media. The normal BS that normally happens when players are abused on social media. And sometimes you wonder which kind of people sit down and do all this rubbish, where you go online and be abusing people, can't even say it to their face. It's just ridiculous, man. I think social media have to do something about these people. They need to block their accounts, or as soon as the message goes on, they should take it down. It's just really, really sad. In 2023, people are still being abused, racially abused, online. It's crazy, man. It's not even only about um, racial abuse, any form of abuse, any homophobic abuse as well. This shouldn't be happening in 2023, to be honest. And it's really, really sad. But the game ended goalless. Both sides had a lot of chances as well. Manchester United was still trying to go and win the game despite being 10-man down. I think Southampton will look at this as a bad point drop because they had a chance to get the 3 points. They were just rushing stuff instead of playing the right passing. They were taking shots from outside the box. And that could be. They could look back on this game at the end of the season and regret not picking up these points because that was a free hit for them to get a point. Then we go to West Ham and Aston Villa, Battle of the Clarets and Blue. This one ended 1-1. Villa got the goal first. I think it was, I can't remember who got their first goal. It was what's the name of the striker? Watkins that got the goal. Yeah, I think it was a header from outside the box. It was a free header, actually. I don't know how the defenders didn't pick him up. West Ham defense was all over the place. West Ham got themselves back into it. I think it was from a penalty spot. I can't remember now. But they got themselves back into it. And then, yeah, they just couldn't see the game to the end. They get a win. Apparently, they played well. Can't really say because I've not really saw it. I only saw highlights. And I think West Ham will be looking at points. If you have to be picking up points at home, that's for sure. West Ham have to look to fix that. And then we go on to the Sunday kickoff. Arsenal with Manchester breathing down on them with 2 points. Arsenal played Fulham. This one, I was surprised. I thought Arsenal were going to drop points, but they proved everybody wrong. They've been just been pulling out results after results, and if they go on to win the league, they did deserve it. Even as a Tottenham fan, pains me to say, but they've been good this season. They've just been churning out results, and there's still 11 games left. They've got big games, tough games. They got to go to Liverpool. They got to go to Newcastle. They got to go to City. And they got all those niggly sides as well to play. They got to play Brighton at home. They got Palace over this weekend. City playing the FA Cup, so they could build up an 8-point gap on City. Although City will have a game in hand on them. So yeah, it's all shaping right. As a Tottenham fan, I don't want Arsenal to win, obviously, to win the league, but they do go on to winning. I think they would have deserved the title. So yeah, that was a game that they thought was going to be tough, but they just blew Fulham apart. I didn't watch it. Apparently, they said they could have scored a lot more in the first half. But Arsenal just have to go on. But those tough key games, I think those are the games that they have to really prove they're champions. If they go to Liverpool and win, don't lose at Newcastle and don't lose at City, then I think they'll have almost both hands on the title, to be honest. But 11 games, still big games to play, and you have teams fighting for relegation in there as well. So it's going to be tough to see what happens. And then we go on to the last game for the weekend, which is Newcastle and Wolves. This one, I think, is 1-1. Time Newcastle had their fans. I saw a little bit of it. The fans were waving flags and everything. I think this one I fell asleep while watching it. Just sometimes it's just a long weekend of watching game after game. I think I fell asleep. But Newcastle, it was 1-1 at one time, but Newcastle came back to win by 2-1. Newcastle, I think that just gives them a little bit more boost towards the top four. They got a game in hand as well, I think, or two. That was the weekend fixtures, the review. Loads of big upset was the Liverpool Bournemouth game. And let's just have a look at the table as we speak. Arsenal top, they've played 5, won 5, and you can see, that's why they're top of the table. That's 23 games this season. Goal difference 37. Second is City, 27 points, 27 played. They've got 51 points. 5 points is the gap. They've got plus 42 goal difference. United are third. They've played 26. They've got one game to play. And they've got 50 points. Goal difference of 35. Goal difference of plus 6. And then you have Tottenham with Tottenham with 27. Play 27. They've got 37. They got plus 12 goals difference, and I think Manchester United have a better defense than Tottenham. Obviously, looking at that, of course, now, but Tottenham have scored more goals than Manchester United, and a plus 12 goals difference for Tottenham. Lost 2, winning 3 in 5. They're fourth, and there comes Newcastle with 44 points, 2 points behind. No, sorry. 4 points behind Tottenham. They've got a game in hand as well, so they need to play. If they play their game in hand, if they win, they'll be 1 point behind Tottenham. No, Newcastle have 2 games in hand actually. Newcastle have 2 games in hand. They've got 2 games in hand. So that's 6 points. They win both games, they'll be flying up that table. And then Liverpool played 26. They've got a game in hand as well. Game in hand as well. If they win their game in hand, they will have 45 points. And then we go to the bottom 3, at the bottom of the table. After Liverpool, we have Brighton. They've got 39 points. And Fulham, 39 points as well. Goal difference separate those two uh, clubs. And then bottom three, you have Bournemouth, who are picking up points lately with that victory against Liverpool. You got 24 points. You have Leeds United on 23, and you have Southampton on 22 with a point from Manchester United. They could have gone up a little bit, but have won that game. So that's the table so far as we speak. Next round of fixtures to come is going to be midweek fixtures, obviously, and yeah, going to be midweek fixtures. So that's the Southampton. You go to Brentford, and you have Brighton taking on Crystal Palace. Just like a local derby, they don't like each other. So yeah, that's the fixtures for this week. Looking at the review at the weekend fixtures, that promises. It was another busy weekend as well. I think that with the team of the week this week on this show, looking at the review, I think the team of the week this week has to be um, team of the week this week have to be, because that's a new thing that we are going to be doing on the show, this review. Team of the week is going to be this team has surprised many. I think most people think they're going to be down by now, but they've surprised a lot of people. Um, they've surprised a lot of people, and they surprised a lot of people as well. And yeah, I think this team has supplied a lot of people, and I think team of the week is Bournemouth. They played really well, got their results against Liverpool, followed up from the game against match against Arsenal the previous week, so they deserve to be our team of the week. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. This is the Premier League review, looking at the games over the weekend. Hopefully, I'll see you again next time. Watch out for the podcast, Footy Mad. We're going to be doing something a little bit about Tottenham as well, just looking at the season so far at Tottenham. And yeah, then we'll be getting ready for the weekend fixtures again. I think there's some FA Cup games over the weekend as well. So yeah, and we're grabbing some watch alongs. We want to do some Italian league as well. We'll be doing that as well before the season ends, and we need to cover some Italian games. Internationals as well the following weekend on the 25th. And we'll be looking to do some games with Nigeria. I think Nigeria's playing on the Friday, 24th of March. So we'll be looking to do some Nigerian games as well. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. This is the 6 Box, and I'll see you next time.